Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Temi Talks Live here on the Wavy Baller Hub. If this is your first time watching with me, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow the movement that is the Wavy Baller Hub. We're doing something a little different today. I'm going to try and add this to the repertoire of the channel, doing a tactical analysis show. Tomorrow is going to be a match preview. I have a special guest with me, Daps from Never a Foul. If you guys have never seen that channel, make sure to go and subscribe to it. But the preview or the link is already in my YouTube channel. So guys, make sure to hit the like button there and make sure to watch that video tomorrow. But this is an individual show. I'm going to be releasing what I would do in terms of lineup, in terms of the lineup, against Manchester City on Sunday, man. Exciting game. It's a big challenge, this upcoming Sunday. My first time in Manchester was, I can't remember when the derby was. It's weird. I was there to watch that 2-0 absolute, I don't even know what it was embarrassing. Watching it live in person in Manchester at Old Trafford, it was a bittersweet moment for me because it was my first time at Old Trafford. But then at the same time, it's like, damn, we are so bad. Obviously, we have a new manager. We have a new ideas in terms of the way Ralph wants to play. But I want to talk about what I would do, right? What I would do tactically, how I would approach this game. Shout out to you, Karen. Thank you for showing love. How you doing, bro? Guys, if you're watching on Twitter, make sure to go over to YouTube right now for me. Go to youtube.com. Guys, hit the like button for me if you're here, hit the like button for me. I want to get this to at least 10 likes, at least 75 to 100 views. That's the goal for all of the videos going forward. I want at least 75 to 100 views and at least 10 likes on each video, guys. So make sure to smash the like button for me, share this, retweet this, and we're going to get right into it. Manchester City, obviously they are top of the league right now. Liverpool is playing a little bit of catch up with them. They've been doing really well as always. I can't remember what type of run they're on. I think they've just won a big FA Cup match. Sheesh. I think I'm looking at it. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 of their last 16 games they won. I mean, they are on a roll, on an absolute roll. But something is telling me that we're going to get a result. Shout out to you, Ugly Bear. Much love to you. Something's telling me we're going to get a result. I don't know what it is. I think Ralph has a plan in place. I don't know if it's the same idea that I have, right? I don't know if it's the same idea that I have. But guys, I'm going to share my lineup with you. I want you to critique my lineup. Let me know what you think of my lineup. Poke holes in it. Let's have a conversation about this, guys. Let's have a conversation about what I would do, how I would approach this game. You feel me? There's a lot of different things to consider. Could it be any worse? City top, Liverpool second. Honestly, no. It's a terrible time to be a Manchester United fan. No trophies and coming up on, I think it's 5 years. It's really hard, but we got to focus on what's up next, and that's Manchester City, guys. So I am going to share my screen real quick with you guys. Let's do it like that. Awesome. Let me know what you're thinking. This is my lineup right here, and I'm going to explain the reasons for all these picks right here, okay? So we're going to start at the back. David De Gea in goal. We know that's a lock. There's no need to even discuss that. The choice of the right back, right? It was a tough one for me. Would I start Aaron Wan-Bissaka or would I start Diogo Dalot? Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Manchester City has been absolutely excellent in his career at Manchester United. He has been pretty much rock solid, barring the last performance that I was at Old Trafford. It was pretty bad. But other than that, he's been really, really good. He's had Raheem Sterling in his pocket countless times. I mean, we've seen it during Ollie's tenure. He was really good against Manchester City. I think that we need to focus on not getting a result, right? It sounds really passive. It sounds really, like I'm not trying to win the game. But if you go up against City like you think you're better than them, they're going to beat you 5-6-0, right? You have to come with a game plan of stopping them from scoring and making sure you do well on the counterattack. That's how you beat City. We've seen it time and time again. We're not of the level of a Chelsea to play that type of football. We're not we're not at the level of a Liverpool to go toe to toe with Chelsea. So we have to be smart about this. So I would go Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. At center back, I would go Victor Lindelof and Rafael Varane. I think that's pretty much locked in. I would be shocked if Harry Maguire came in and started. Victor Lindelof, again, even though we had a tough result against Watford, he was really, really good. He was really, really good against Watford. Varane was, solid as well against Watford. So I think that's a locked in back four. Luke Shaw has also had tons of joy against he's had tons of joy against Manchester City in the past few years. Again, I know the City, the last derby was really difficult. It was a tough watch. But I think that the lineup wasn't conducive for us to be successful. We started, if I'm not mistaken, we started Mason Greenwood. Forgive me for mentioning his name. We started I'm pretty sure we started Marcus Rashford as well. We started Bruno. We started, it was an imbalanced Ronaldo. There was too many people who weren't committed to working hard for the cause, right? This lineup I have right here, you're going to see tons of people who are workhorses, right? So I mentioned the back four. So my back four, Shaw, Varane, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, right? My midfield, as you can see, I essentially have, if you look at, let's not even call it a midfield. I'm just going to talk about the front. I'm going to talk about the 6 non-defenders, right? I have, so Kieran says no Ronaldo. Yes, there is no Ronaldo in my lineup. Against Manchester City, you need pretty much everybody locked in, workhorses, people who are willing to run for the cause. Cristiano Ronaldo will be a liability in this game, in my humble opinion. He was a liability against City the last time we played. He hardly touched the ball. We need people who are workhorses, have work rate, are willing to get back and, be, what's the word I'm looking for? People who are willing to run for the cause. It sounds very traditional. It sounds very brutish. It sounds very traditional English. But if you look at, okay, we have Matic. The reason I'm putting Matic in here, one is for the stability that he brings. When we do win back the ball from Manchester City and that first initial wave, Nemanja Matic just slows things down. He calms things down. He's an operator. He would allow us to have more possession of the football, right? If it was just Fred and McTominay, let's just hypothetically say it was Fred, McTominay, and Bruno, like it has been for the past few years, we're going to struggle to get the ball, right? We're going to really struggle to get the ball. A good question here. I'm going to get on this topic. Would you start Pogba in midfield and Alenga out wide so we have the pace in behind? Really good question. Really good question. I was torn on that. For me, I'm more focused on the defensive side of things for this game. I'm more focused on the defensive side of things for this game. We have Fred so the midfield is essentially Fred, McTominay, and Matic. That gives it. If you remember against Chelsea, that was the midfield we played when we got a result against them. Big result against them when it looked like we had no chance to get a result against them, right? So yeah, I would go back to that midfield because it gives us a solid base. Those are our 3, what I would call, I don't want to say proper midfielders, but that's what they are. They're not creative midfielders. They're number 8s, right? The challenge that Manchester United has right now is that the number 8s that we do have are not, they don't have that creative ability, right? They don't there's people let me give you an example, N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante, the difference between Fred and N'Golo Kante is N'Golo Kante going forward is just exponentially better. He's exponentially better. He has the ability to drive with the football, make better passes, do all the things that Fred can't do, right? McTominay, the same. He doesn't have great vision. He needs time and space to operate. But in a game against Manchester City, where we need stability, we need to make sure they don't concede. We need this base of Fred, Matic, and McTominay, right? Obviously, you see no Ronaldo in this lineup. I mentioned this already. Kieran's talked about. He said he pointed out no Ronaldo. Bruno, you can complain all you want. I would not mind having his pressing from the front. If we sacrifice Cristiano Ronaldo, if you have one person, who's pressing from the front like that, i.e. a Cavani or whatever the case may be, that's a positive thing. The challenge when Bruno presses and in the number 10 position is that he's leaving gaps in midfield, right? But if he's a false 9 and there's people behind him, i.e. Fred, Matic, McTominay, it's not an issue. It's not an issue at all. So that is a huge thing for me. People, I know there's a lot of people who are very anti Bruno right now. I've criticized Bruno heavily. For this, for his lack of discipline in terms of his pressing ability. But if he is the false nine, he has free reign to do that because he has people behind him that are protecting him, right? The wide players. Let's talk about the wide players. I've put Paul Pogba on the left-hand side, right? And I know that's kind of controversial. People like, I don't think Ralph is going to do this. I don't think Ralph is going to do this by any means. I probably should have created a graphic of what I think Ralph would do. And I'll get better at this, guys. You see that I'm streaming more and more now. It's a bit of a different thing for me. You feel me? I'm getting a bit more of a rhythm. But to my point, I put Paul Pogba on the left. When we are in transition, right? We have Matic who's starting the break. And I think the outlets of Pogba and Sancho in wide spaces gives us a decided advantage on the counterattack, even with the quote unquote lack of pace, right? To Kelly's point, right? Yes, Elanga. I think Elanga, I wouldn't be surprised if he started, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Elanga started. I don't necessarily think we need pace in behind for this game. I think when the ball transitions, we need people who are proficient on the ball. If you isolate Paul Pogba one-on-one with, who would it be at right back? Kyle Walker probably. I think Paul Pogba could bully Kyle Walker. I truly believe that. Jadon Sancho on the right, against a Cancelo. To me, those are where our advantages are. People who can. So we have two players, right, in the wide areas who can create, right, when we do have the ball, right. We have a creative aspect. We have players who have that mindset of getting the ball, to other players. That's what I want. So Bruno is going to be essentially playing the Ronaldo role, but I think Bruno playing as a false nine in a game like this could be beneficial. I really believe that. So this is kind of like a hybrid. You could say it's a 4-4-2 diamond. You could say it's a 4-3-3 with a false nine, whatever you want to call it. I think this lineup gives us stability. I think it gives us stability. It makes us very difficult to beat. We have goal scorers, i.e. Bruno in the side. Pogba can get a goal. Sancho is a creative player. There's enough here to keep us competitive in this game. If we need legs at any point, we have the likes of Elanga to come off the bench. We have the likes of Marcus Rashford. We have Jesse Lingard. So then we have options to bring off of the bench. You feel me? We have options to bring off the bench. Jesse Lingard in a game like this, not bad. Marcus Rashford coming in the 70th minute to inject some pace, or Anthony Elanga coming in to inject it. Like, let's hypothetically say we nick a goal, right, in the first half. Anthony Elanga coming in for a Paul Pogba or Bruno Fernandes would be amazing because of his work rate, right? He's defensively solid. Let's get in the comments here. Kelly says, happy to see Wan-Bissaka included as much as Dallo has done well. I think Dallo in the final third is not better than AWB. Interesting there. Let me get a tissue, guys. Very interesting there. I would find a place for Rashford because he always scores against City. That's not how I personally think about it, Ugly Bear. That's not how I personally think. You shouldn't think about players and this guy. I don't play players. I wouldn't start players based on I think he can get a goal for me. I want to play the best possible team. That I don't care who scores. Really, I do not care who scores at all. I do not care who scores one iota. For me, it's all about being solid and making sure we're giving ourselves a chance to win. Marcus Rashford is a liability defensively. If we played him in any of those wide spaces against Manchester City, he's a liability. He's a major liability. I know we've had success over the past few years against City. We've had success with City over the past few years. I just think that when it really mattered, though, i.e. the Cup semifinal in Ollie's first full season where we lost 3-0 in the first leg. They beat us when it mattered. Yes, we got a couple. We won some big games against them in the league. But when it was time for them to get a result against us, they got a result against us. We need to be stable in this game. I think one, we need to be stable, and then two, I think the front three that I have here gives us enough creativity to go and get goals. Elanga in a game like this, I love the kid, but I think his energy off the bench would be better. More. I think his energy off the bench would be better than bringing on a Bruno or a Pogba because of the pace factor. Having pacey players like Rashford and Elanga to come on, in the 60th, 70th minute, I think it's an advantage. Kelly says Ronaldo should definitely be sacrificed for this game, 100%. Kieran says, as bad as Ronaldo has been, there will be a game where he unleashes on someone. Sure. I'm sure. I mean, he's gonna have a good game. He's not a absolutely useless player. I just think that he's 37 years old. He's 37 years old, and the fact that we think that, he should be doing the same thing he's been doing for his whole career, I think it's just nonsense, right? He's not the same player. His touch has regressed. His pace has regressed. His strength has regressed. He gets bullied off the ball. He's not been in good form, and he might nick a goal against some smaller sides. But I don't think in a game like this we need him. Guys, let me know what you think about this lineup. Who would you start? Who would you bench? I'm only going to be on for about 5 more minutes, guys. It's going to be a relatively short stream. I probably should have done a lineup on. I probably should have posted something of what I think Ralph Rangnick was going to do. In my head, Ralph Rangnick, his starting lineup is probably going to be Wan-Bissaka. I think he's going to start Wan-Bissaka. I think it's going to be, man, that the center back thing. I don't know. Will he start Maguire? What do you guys get in the comments? Oh, also, if you're watching, I see about 7 people watching here with me on YouTube. Guys, go to YouTube, smash the like button for me. How many likes are we at, guys? Can you let me know how many likes we have currently on the stream on YouTube? He's still our top scorer, though. Who else is scoring for us? And again, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter who scores. I wouldn't think about it like that. Yes, he's our top scorer in all competitions. A lot of those goals are in the Champions League. But he had again, it's I think a lot of people think about the game in the terms of, oh, this person scored, so he should be playing, right? No, the better players should be playing. The players that give you the best chance. Rashford scores a ton of goals, but there's also a ton of things he does inside a game that is detrimental to the team, right? But I'm not here to pick on Marcus Rashford. I'm just here to state some facts. I wouldn't start Maguire. He's useless. I completely agree. Useless. You guys, if you want to laugh, if you really want to laugh, go because I was just looking at some old YouTube videos that I created when I just started. This was like 2 years ago. I haven't been consistent. This is the most consistent stretch of my YouTube career. I have never been this consistent in my life, and I'm going to continue it for the rest of the year, God willing, as long as I'm not on vacation or anything like that. But yeah, go back and search my Manchester United versus Tottenham match reaction. I don't have too many videos up, so it's just search that. You will literally laugh. You'll just die laughing. Remember that when we held 6-1 to Spurs? Yeah, go back and find that video of me. It is so funny. I was almost in tears. That's how mad I was. So funny. It's the most views I've ever gotten on my channel. I think it was like over 700 views on that. And I just absolutely ripped into Maguire. So funny. So funny. I think he will start sadly. I really hope Ralph doesn't do that. I I pray he does not do that. There's no way he watched Lindelof and Varane against Watford and thinks I should play Harry Maguire. Maybe if he goes with a back three, if we play in a back three, I don't mind. Harry Maguire in a back three is actually good. We see it in England. The challenge with Harry Maguire is when he doesn't have enough, when you're asking him to defend in one-on-one situations, when you're asking him to play out of the back with less options in the backfield with him, that's when he's really bad. In a back three, Harry Maguire is a solid center back. We've seen it. In a back three, he's a solid center back. In a back four, he is miserably average. It's wild. I can't even believe it. You'll watch it, guys. I'm telling you, it's so funny. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't have my I'm not to 1,000 subscribers yet. I don't get there's no monetary value for it. I just think you guys would really find it hilarious. So do that. Guys, let me know what you think of this lineup. Tomorrow, guys, make sure to tune in tomorrow at 10:15 GMT, 5:15 p.m. EST. I have another. So tomorrow I'm doing a preview, another, more discussions around this derby with a Manchester City fan. So I'm going to ask that Manchester City fan some questions about the team. I watch City. Don't get me wrong. I watch City, but I don't watch City 24/7, right? I'm not a Manchester City fan. I don't care enough, right? So Dabs from Never a Foul is going to be on the channel with me. I'm really excited for that. Never a Foul is a really good YouTube channel. Guys, make sure to check it out. Really good YouTube channel. My guy Ty and Daps run that, so make sure to show them some support. I will talk more about that tomorrow. But guys, what do you think about this lineup? We know it's not we know this lineup that I am proposing is not going to happen, right? Ralph has already said he views. Actually, no, he said he views Paul Pogba as a midfielder, but he played him on the left the last game, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he played Paul Pogba on the left, so that's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, guys, that we see Paul Pogba on the left-hand side. We just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see. It's gonna be interesting, guys. But let me know what your thoughts are on this, guys. How many likes are we at, guys? Can you let me know if you're watching in the comments? Can you let me know how many likes we're on? I want to get to 10 likes. I want to get to 10 likes on this. You feel me? I want to get to 10 likes on this stream. Let me actually search myself since none of you are telling me. I'm very upset about that. We are at, let's see, 3 likes, guys. Come on, man. Smash the like button for your boy. Smash the like button for I smashed the like button for myself. So I want Pogba in the midfield, not on the left. Honestly, I get it. For me, Paul can sometimes be a liability defensively. That's why I put him out wide, gives him less defensive responsibility. It allows him to be a little bit more creative. When he's on that left side, when he's on that left-hand side, he has a bit more creativity to him in terms of, not creativity, freedom is the word I should be using. Paul Pogba on the left-hand side has more freedom. He has more ability to, not worry about his defensive responsibilities. In a game against City, he's going to be defensively liable. So I want him out on the left-hand side. Guys, I'm going to wrap up now. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining with me. This was kind of a last-minute thing. I wasn't going to stream today. I was going to take a break. But, it is what it is, guys. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun and continue to pump out the content, guys. Pump out the content. I'm also coming up with stay tuned. I'm doing I'm working on the back end with some of my friends. I'm bringing back an old podcast I was doing. So be on the lookout for that, guys. It's a lot of good things on the way for me and the channel. So guys, just continue to show love. Kieran, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate that. Continue to show your support. Let your friends know about the channel. If you have a bunch of Manchester United friends, let them know about the channel, okay? Let them know about the channel. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep grinding, keep trying to be successful. And guys, yeah, stay tuned tomorrow. We're right back to it. We're right back to it at a later time. I wish I could stream at like 4:30 every day, but I have work more often than not. Today was kind of a slower day, so I got to take off a little early. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to all of y'all very, very shortly. Okay. Deuces.